Hey guys, Coach MJ here. Tonight's topic is triathlon on a budget. Because here's the thing, you guys. Triathlon can cost you a ton of money if you don't do it right and you don't buy the right things at the right time, or you get things that you're not going to use, whatever. So, I put a blog post up last week, and it was a study, and I think the study was actually from 2014 that said that it costs about, what was it? $4,000 to do a triathlon. I was like, what? Okay, that's considering that you need to buy a bike. Once you have the bike, it's not going to cost you that much. Hey Jackie, hey Dawn, hey Lisa, hey Jennifer. Hey, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. What's a tiny bit? It costs a little bit of money? Yeah, it does. Well, and especially if you're doing Ironman. I mean, like, again, I don't ever want to make everything about Ironman, but Ironman race, like, what is it, $800 per race right now? Hey, Tina. Thank you for hopping in, you guys. Hey, Morgan. Hey, before I wanted to make sure, before I even go any further, that I wanted to show you, because I want to make sure that you guys save as much money as you can. I am raffling off a set of paddles, you guys. This week is this is really cool. I'm sorry. Paddles, okay? These paddles are pretty cool because you can use them both ways. You can use them this way, like, wait, this way. Okay, so my left hand would be here for freestyle and butterfly. And then if you're doing backstroke and breaststroke, you actually flip the paddles and you flip them on your other hand. So it's really cool. So that's my giveaway. All you have to do to be entered in the raffle for that, you guys, is to share the video, like always. So, anyway, hey Candace, hey Karen, hey Todd, hey Dawn. Thank you guys for hopping in. So, let me just turn this just a little bit. I am not going to be long today because I am fostering a puppy, and I, quite honestly, don't know what she's eating over in my other room right now. And I don't have the heart to put her in a crate, so she's kind of running around, and I can hear her over there. I can hear her. Okay, and she's super, super cute, but she might be eating things like the couch. I don't really know. Okay, so if you want to get this week's bonus is pretty cool. TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. You still can't see that. There you go. What I did was I put a list of discount and clearance and places that you can get your equipment for cheaper than you would find, right? So there are deals on tri-suits, wetsuits, bikes, running shoes, goggles, triathlon gear, anything that you need. There's a list. I put a comprehensive list together for you guys. It's at TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. All you have to do is go there, and then you can download this list, and it'll take you links to all these really cool places where you can get discounted items, so that you can save your money and do more races. Keep her. Jackie, I'm not keeping her. I'm not keeping her. If I keep her, then I can't foster anymore, because first of all, I don't even want 2 dogs. It's too much. But if I kept her, then I couldn't foster anymore. So I think that my job, I can do better help to the puppies by being able to foster more. Hey, Eric. Thanks for hopping in. Okay, so swimming. I'm just going to go over the bare basics, you guys, of what you really need to race. And let me tell you, you can go bottom of the barrel, like cheap as you can go, which is where I think a lot of us like to start. And then you can go to the top, the cream of the crop, buy the best of everything and every single gadget that's out there, and you will spend thousands and thousands of dollars, guys. The top of the line bike right now is like 20 grand. $20,000. You could buy a car for that. So anyway, you don't have to do that. And so that's my goal for tonight's video. So swimming, you definitely need goggles. But, you guys, you don't have to spend $25 on a pair of goggles. You don't. First of all, if you go to the bonus, I sent you a list of links of places where you can get cheaper goggles. My goggles in particular, and I'm not saying you should get them, they cost $2.95 per pair. I have to put them together myself. But that's okay, because that's what I like. $2.95. And they last forever. If you take care of your stuff, it'll last forever. And I do recommend that you get 2 pair of goggles, not just one. Hey, Ryan. Where you been, dude? What bike is the 20 grand bike? Oh, Jackie, it's carbon fiber with the race wheels, with the Dura Ace, and with the Di2. So That's the electronic shifting. You put all that stuff together, you can spend up to $20,000 on a bike, and even more, I think. So, so swimming, you need goggles. You definitely need goggles. You don't have to spend $25 a pair. And number two, you need a place to swim. Okay, so this one is going to cost you some money probably, especially if those of us in the Midwest where we don't have access to, say, the ocean or a lake on an annual basis. Like right now, you can go to Lake Michigan, it's for free. Well, you're going to probably pay to park, right? But it's free. You can go swim there for free. If you're going to join a health club, that's going to cost you a membership. Some health clubs will let you swim at a discounted rate. Some, especially like if you're going to do a master's program, you pay for the monthly membership, and then you pay extra for a master's swim program. So it really depends. But let me tell you, there are some tricks that you can do. And if you go to my blog post, actually, is it my blog post? Yeah. That I put on there some places that you can try for cheaper. And specifically, like, check your local high school. A lot of times, you guys, they have open swims, and it'll be free for community members or at a cheap rate. There's a pool here locally for us in Palos that over the summer, it's for the early bird swim, which is from, I think it's 5:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock in the morning. It's $3. It's $3 to go swim. Okay, that's something that you can do. So try not to let the dollars turn you away. Do you hear her crying over there? She hears me and she can't get to me. There's a gate up. But look into all your options. You can look at master swims. You can look at health clubs. If you're going to do a health club and you have family members that work out, maybe get a family membership, and that's going to make it cheaper for you. Look into your local high schools, local colleges and universities sometimes have lap swimming for cheap, okay? And then a wetsuit. First of all, a wetsuit is not required. You do not have to have a wetsuit to do triathlon. If you're a disadvantaged swimmer, how do I say it? If you are a swimmer with challenges, a wetsuit is going to help you more than it helps a better swimmer. So you may want one. The other thing is that if you don't like cold water, like as much as I've got swimming talent, I love to wear a wetsuit because I don't like the cold water. However, if I'm racing, I like no wetsuit because the people, if you're a stronger swimmer, you get a lesser advantage than someone who's a weaker swimmer if they wear a wetsuit. Like, they get the bigger advantage. So I'm all about, like, let's make it even playing field. Nobody gets a wetsuit, right? But if you are going to get a wetsuit, there are definitely some deals you can get. I did put a couple of links, TriRightCoaching.com/bonus, in that freebie. If you download that, there are some links in there to get discounted wetsuits. But I will also tell you, you can rent to buy, especially if you live local here in the Chicagoland area. Urban Tri-Gear has a program where if you rent a wetsuit from them and then you later decide to buy it, that rental fee goes toward the purchase of your wetsuit. So you should check them out, right? Hey, Sharon. Hey, Lisa, use a wetsuit to keep you warm before your wave and cold days. Well, yeah, and then what, take it off? Yeah, I'm not going to take it off once I put it on. So check that out, Urban Tri-Gear here in Westmont, but I'm sure that's not the only place that offers that rent to buy kind of deal. And I think what she told me was, so if you, like, say you rented that wetsuit tomorrow and then you purchased before the end of the year, I think you still get that discount. You still, like, that fee. So I don't know what it costs to rent the wetsuit, maybe $75. That $75 goes to the purchase of a wetsuit. So that's a great deal, you guys. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so that's swimming. Biking. Obviously, you need a bike. You need a bike. And in the freebie that I put up there, I put a couple of sites that you can get discounted bikes. If you're, really trying to cut costs, save some money. The other thing, don't discount a used bike, you guys, especially for you newbies and you're not sure if you're going to even continue with the sport, if you're going to like it or not. Bikes are very durable. They hold their value very well. And case in point, I'll tell you, I bought my first road bike, and it was a road bike, and it was a little too big for me, but I bought it because I didn't know if I was going to stick with the sport. I paid $500 for it, and this was 2003, and I sold it in 2006 for $300. So I kept that road bike for 3 years and spent $200. So if you take care of the bike, I mean, I did put some upgrades to it, right? I mean, yeah, that's what I would recommend doing, you guys. So for those of you that you have, you really want that really nice, great bike and all that, I would recommend buying more an entry-level bike or standard. And 500, you guys, is way, way entry. If you plan on keeping the bike and upgrading the components, I would say between $1,500 and $2,000 is where that mark is, because that frame is awesome. It's great, but you just upgrade the components later. So 1 year you buy a new cassette. The next year you buy a new set of aero bars. This is how I built my bike over the years. I have two really, really nice, expensive bikes now, but I didn't buy them all at once. I bought entry level, right? And then 1 year I got the race wheels, and 1 year I got the Dura-Ace components, and then 1 year I got those Zip VUCA aero bars that I really, really wanted. And so over the years, I just kind of every year bought one new thing to go on the bike. And then you buy lighter, better pedals. So there's lots of things you can do, but you don't have to do it all up front. And you don't even need to have all of those things to do triathlon. You can do it on a very entry level. I would recommend a road bike. I wouldn't recommend a mountain bike or a hybrid. But if you're going to use that because that's the bike you have, make sure that you flip out those tires to get what they call slicks, to take those nubbies off a mountain bike tire, because that's just going to slow you down. But the bike is probably the biggest expense you're going to have. But the good thing about it, you guys, is number one, they last for a very long time, and number two, they hold their value very well. So if you do ever decide that you're going to buy a new bike, or you're going to get out of the sport completely, which you probably won't, you can sell it and still get almost all of your money back, right? Hey guys, thanks for sharing. Oh yeah, if you want to win this set of paddles, swimming paddles, okay, you can use them for all 4 strokes. Great deal. Free. I mean, what's better than free? Nothing. All you have to do is share the video, and then I'm going to enter you in the raffle for that. All right, so biking. And then bike, computers, power meters, you don't have to have that either. If you're going to ride and you're really going to try and focus on something, I would say that you should get at least a bike computer that will tell you miles per hour, distance, and then cadence. Okay, so you need an odometer, odometer, miles per hour, and cadence. Those 3 things. You can get one of those for like $40. It's not that much. You can get one for $40. I would recommend at least that, because otherwise you're kind of just riding out there blind. Power meters, whole nother story. Whole nother story. I do think they're a wise investment, especially if you're trying to be competitive in the sport, but that's just an add-on. And then the third thing is repairs. There are a lot of things that you can do yourself, you guys, that you don't have to take your bike in to the shop. Every time you get a flat tire, you don't have to take it in. That's going to cost you money. Every time that you need to do a tune-up, you don't have to take your bike in. You can learn these things. I have tutorials on my YouTube website or YouTube channel, especially on the flat tire. I don't know if that I have the tune-up part. Maybe I need to do that video. But these are things you can learn to do yourself. And let me tell you guys, I am not that mechanically inclined. Not very much at all. But I do pretty much all my own repairs. The only thing I really can't do anymore on my bike is do the internal cabling. So like my brakes and shifting goes inside the frame. I don't know how to fix that because it's inside the frame. But everything else, derailleur, the chain, the brakes, all of that stuff, I can do myself. And I am not very mechanical. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. So all you have to do is do some tutorials. I'll help you. Ask me any questions you want. I can do it. I can help you through it. And you can save money this way. How much is a power meter? Oh, Jackie, they range. Probably, I think on the low end, like $350 to $400 to $3,500. So it really depends on what you're going to get. I mean, The prices have come down quite a bit in the last few years because the market's getting more competitive, but it's a really great tool to use. So, awesome that you have a Sherpa that can do your bike repairs. Okay, guys. So that's the bike. And then the last part, well, I shouldn't say the last part. We got two more. Running, shoes. Shoes. You have to have good running shoes. Please, please, please don't just go buy something at your local department store. Please don't do that. Sorry. And people come in. So I've been working at Running for Kicks, which is a running store here in Palos Heights. I've been working there for 3 years, but before that, I worked at another running store in LaGrange. And before that, I worked at another running store in Downers Grove. So I've been doing this on and off for like almost 10 years now. I can't tell you how many times people come to the store and be like, oh, I've been wearing these and now I'm hurt. Or I've been wearing these and now this happened. Well, yeah, because you're running in shoes that aren't meant to be running. They're cute. They're cute. And they might say running shoes in your department store, guys. And don't tell me, oh, but I run in great shoes. They're ASICs. Okay. That's like saying, hey, what kind of car do you drive? I drive a Chevy. Well, there's a lot of different models. There are entry-level ASICs models that you don't want to run in, and then there's all the top of the line. Okay. The most important point is that they need to be shoes that fit your running style, your running gait. And if you haven't had yourself professionally looked at, gait analysis, please do it. Almost all running stores do it, and not like, a big chain department store, but your local running niche stores. They'll all do that for you, and then stay in your category, and it's going to prevent injury. And you know what? Injury sends you to the doctor, sends you to PT, and that means that you're out of your races, and it's also going to cost you money to do all that. So be wise and invest in the shoes up front. Trust me on that. Okay. So running shoes are going to cost you, and then a treadmill. A treadmill, I don't think that's a necessary. I don't think you have to have one. It's nice to have one if you're here in the Midwest, where sometimes it gets to be, negative 32 degrees or whatever it is, and it's really cold to run outside. But number one, that's either going to cost you a gym membership or you're going to have to pay for a treadmill. Neither one of them is cheap. You can run outside in almost all temperatures if you have the right clothing, if you have the right gear, right? There's many years I run without a treadmill, just outside all the time, no matter what the temperature was, whether it be 95 degrees and super humid, or 32 with or negative 32 degrees with negative 40 wind chill, whatever. I've done all that. I can't say it's all that pleasant. So, but if you can't invest in a treadmill, I would either have a gym where you could get a little inside training, or invest in a treadmill. They're great. Just don't let them become coat hangers, coat racks, right? Just sit there. Even if you do one workout a week on that treadmill, it's going to benefit you and make it worth your investment. All right. Run outside. Treadmills are evil. I don't know, Jennifer. Yes and no. I can give you a treadmill workout that will kick your butt. And the thing with a treadmill, very much like a comp trainer, you can't cheat. Because if I tell you to run XYZ pace on that treadmill and you set the dial, you've got to do it, or you're going to fall off the treadmill. So you can't cheat. Like if I go say outside, hey, go outside and go run XYZ pace, you could say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then, take a couple easy steps and chill out for a second. And, you can do that on a treadmill. You can't. So I think ideally it's a combination. Treadmill running, track running. All right. And then if you want to get the full list of really cool places that I think you can get cheap or discounted triathlon gear and equipment, bikes, wetsuits, shoes, you name it, TriRightCoaching.com/bonus, and you can download that freebie, and it'll give you, it's like 10 or 12 different links to get cheaper or discounted stuff, great deals on equipment that you're going to use. So thank you all so much for hopping in. I appreciate you giving me just a little bit of your attention on a Sunday night, and I will see you here next week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Until then, have a great week.